Imagine a soldier, far from home, captured during an armed conflict. What legal protections immediately come into play for them, setting them apart from ordinary detainees? This isn't just a matter of fairness, it is a fundamental aspect of international humanitarian law. A prisoner of war, or POW, is a legal status granted under international humanitarian law, primarily defined by the Third Geneva Convention of 1949. This status is afforded to individuals who fall into specific categories, ensuring they receive humane treatment and particular rights from the moment they are captured until their releases and repatriation. The core reason behind this precise definition is to differentiate between combatants, who can be lawfully targeted in armed conflict, and civilians, who are protected from direct attack. POW status applies to members of regular armed forces, as well as certain militias, volunteer corps, and organized resistance movements, provided they meet specific criteria. These criteria include being commanded by a person responsible for their subordinates, having a fixed distinctive sign recognizable at a distance, carrying arms openly, and conducting operations in accordance with the laws and customs of war. This distinction underpins the entire framework of protection for those who directly participate in hostilities. To understand who qualifies, one must assess if the individual meets these conditions at the time of capture. For instance, a regular soldier captured during combat would almost certainly be a POW. However, a civilian who picks up a weapon only wants to defend their home, without belonging to an organized group or meeting the other criteria, would not typically be granted POW status if captured, though they would still be protected by broader international humanitarian law principles against cruel treatment. The determination of POW status is not a matter of discretion for the detaining power. It is an objective legal finding based on facts. A fascinating aspect often overlooked is the concept of combatant immunity. A POW, by definition, cannot be prosecuted for simply taking part in hostilities. Their actions as combatants are considered lawful acts of war, provided they complied with international humanitarian law themselves. This immunity means they can only be prosecuted for war crimes or other offenses that are crimes under international law, not for engaging in fighting itself. It is a crucial safeguard, preventing detaining powers from criminalizing the very act of military service. Ultimately, the legal definition of a prisoner of war provides a clear, universally recognized framework designed to mitigate the brutality of armed conflict. It ensures that those who bravely serve in armed forces and who are removed from the fighting by capture are treated with dignity and protected from arbitrary punishment or abuse. Understanding these specific legal categories helps uphold humanity even in the direst circumstances, reaffirming the enduring importance of international humanitarian law.